That brings us to our final contestant for tonight. Our final contestant is Toastmaster Hana El-Fakir, and her speech title is Choose Your Friends Wisely. Choose Your Friends Wisely, Toastmaster Hana El-Fakir.
Thank you. Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, I almost died. I was this close to a horrible and bloody death. But through the sacrifice of a good friend of mine, who I later lost, I'm able to be standing here today in front of you all. So this is our story. My friend Rachel and I decided that we were going to go visit Yellowstone National Park. And before we started on our hike, we decided that we would go and visit the ranger to get some advice. The ranger warned us that Yellowstone is grizzly bear country. And said, well, you don't have to worry about that because in 145 years of history of the park being open, we've had 250 million people and only 8 bears have been killed. No. It wasn't 8 bears. It was 8 people that had been killed by 8 bears. I'm already panicking. And then he said, you know what? You have nothing to fear. Because if you were riding and walking in the park, you're more likely to get bit by a tick, or you're more likely to be stung by a bee and die than you are a grizzly. Come to think of it, you're more likely to be murdered in your bed in America before you die from a grizzly in Yellowstone. So, what would you do if you had to encounter a bear? Well, you hope you never had to. But if you did encounter a bear, I'm going to give you a little bit of information that will make your whole trip and hiking worthwhile. In North America, we have 3 types of bears. We've got a black bear, a grizzly bear, and a polar bear. Now, the polar bears reside up in the Arctic Circle, so they ain't coming down here. So you got your black bears and you got your grizzlies here. Well, your black bears, they can be white. And they can be blonde, cinnamon, brown, chocolate, and even jet black. In Yellowstone, we have 8,000 bears. That means that we have 1 bear for every square kilometer. But the good news is, they're all vegetarians. But the bad news is, they like hiking trails. So if you're going to be walking down a trail, you better be diligent because you could come across a bear, and if you startle one, well. So, I'm about to give you 5 important things that you need to remember when you go hiking in Yellowstone. The first one is, put those earphones away. Do not take them out of the car. You need to have your senses about you. You need to be able to see and hear. Make noise. Talking quietly could endanger you. Clap your hands. Sing. Be loud. Avoid blind spots, loud rivers. A bear that cannot see you and cannot hear you could suddenly find you in the middle of a path, and you, oh my God, what are you going to do? Because it could not hear you. It could not see you. Hike in numbers. And carry bear spray. I repeat, you carry bear spray. So he asked, but couldn't we carry a gun? No, you could not. No, sirree. If you've got a 500-pound bear going 30 miles an hour, charging you, and you have this tiny little bullet, and you shoot it, and it misses, or it injures you, injures the bear, what you gonna do if it doesn't stop? On the other hand, if you got bear spray has a 20-foot spread, a 25-foot range, and it's coming at that bear like a whole big brick right between its eyes. Boom, boom, boom. Needless to say, we bought bear spray. He then had one more thing he needed to tell us. He said, well, I know you won't come in contact with the bear, but if you do, don't run. Because you're just like prey to that bear when you're running. So, Rachel and I, with all of that in mind, tucked in our bear spray, we took our walk in the woods. It was a fine sunny day. We visited volcanic geysers, old faithful amongst them. We walked through forests. We saw all different kinds of animals. We saw elk, bison, deer. We even heard wolves howling. Rachel and I had become one with nature. But then we ran into the bear. And despite all the resources, it was right there in front of us. So the bear looked at us. We looked at it, and it was mad. Really, really, really mad. It stood up on its hind legs, tall. It opened up its mouth, big, and roared. And then it got down on its feet and pounded its head, and then started to charge. And I screamed, Rachel, Rachel, get out the bear spray quickly. And she said, Hannah, why are you running? You can't get away from a bear. I said, I don't have to get away from the bear. I just have to run faster than you. I lost a friend that day. She's still not speaking to me. The moral of the story, my friends, is when you're going out for a walk in the woods, choose your friends wisely. And make sure they can run faster than that bear. Thank you.